Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me today for this Fireside flow where we will move with our breath. We're going to move every which way, and I have a really nice sequence planned. So before we get started, just please hit the subscription button and the notification button. That way you'll get a note whenever I upload a new video. Let's get started. Okay. Let's begin this morning. Oh, and by the way, I love the snow. I'm so happy. It's so pretty. And this morning when I woke up, the moon was shining on the snow, and I love this time of year. Having said that, I know that's not always a popular opinion. Let's begin in a melting heart pose. So walk your hands forward, come down to a tabletop position, and keeping your hips directly over your knees, start to walk your hands forward. So at first it might feel a bit like a down dog on your knees, and you can stay in this position if you like. You can even take a block or a blanket or a pillow or something, put it underneath your forehead or your chest. If you want, you have the flexibility, you can start to bring your chest down towards the floor. Rest your forehead. And again, your forearms will come down on the mat. And again, if you like, you have the flexibility in your neck, you can bring your chin to the mat and really just let your heart come down. Just take this pose wherever it feels good, whatever way it feels good. Few breaths here. Beginning the practice with a back bend. Taking these first few moments just to settle. Settle your thoughts. Settle your body down onto the mat. And then to come out of this, just walk your hands back in, coming to a tabletop. Let's perch up onto our fingertips and round the spine now. So really the opposite of that last pose. Tuck the chin and let your spine get really round. Lift the navel, breathing into the back body as the shoulders roll away from the spine. Let the breath flow here. And then bringing the palms of your hands down to the mat. Inhale to a cow belly breath, lifting the tailbone, dropping the belly, hearts forward. Exhale to turn it around, tailbone down, lift the navel, broaden the shoulders, tuck the chin. Inhale to open the front of the body. And exhale to lift up the back of the body. Inhale to a neutral pose, to a neutral tabletop. And then begin to walk your hands forward, coming to like a plank on your knees. And then bring your forearms down to the mat. Settle the hips down onto the mat and roll your shoulders back. So now we're in a Sphinx pose. I want this to be a really active Sphinx pose. So I don't mind if you bring your feet wide on the mat, but press into the tops of your feet. Press into the tops of your feet so much your legs are very engaged, your knees are even up off the mat. Drawing the tension up to the hips, turn the tailbone down, lift the lower belly as much as you can. Draw the heart forward, and your forearms are pressing into the mats from the elbows to the fingertips. And feel like you're drawing your elbows back towards the back of the mat. Bringing your chest forward. And then the neck is just along an extension from the spine. So we're not throwing the head back. A couple of breaths here. The whole body is completely engaged here. One more full cycle of breath. And then let your body go limp. So let the legs go limp, let the back do what it wants. Let your chin drop down towards your chest, your head fall into that empty space. Your shoulders can shrug up to your ears, and you can maybe wobble your head from side to side here. And then let's let the chest come all the way down to the mat. You can stack your hands, let your forehead rest here. 3 breaths. Just recovering out of that back bend. Really breathing into the space where you're feeling the most sensation. And let's bring our hands to the mat next to our chest. Curl into the toes. Roll the elbows back so they're up, pointing up at the ceiling. Turn the tailbone down. Find yourself already in plank pose with your body laying on the floor. We just want to push the mat away to come up to plank on your toes or on your knees, or table if you like. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here as you pedal your feet out. Swing your hips. Let everything go. And then let your heels drop back towards the back of the mat. Open up through the backs of the legs. Lengthen through the spine. Bring your gaze forward between your thumbs. Come up high on your toes. Bend your knees. And let's step the feet forward to the front of the mat. Come right away into a halfway lift. Rolling the shoulders back, kissing the shoulder blades together, finding a nice flat back that's parallel to the floor. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale to soften the knees and rise to stand. All the way up. Hands up, look up. As you exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, fingertips down, around, and up. As you exhale, drop the tailbone, drop the shoulder blades. Left hand encircles the right wrist, and inhale to arc to the left. Reaching out through the right hand, breathing into the right rib cage, keeping your breath flowing evenly and steadily across through your body. Just breathing fluidly here. Okay, now on your next inhale, come all the way up, crown of the head's up, left hand forward, right hand back. Coming right into a standing twist, reaching out through the fingertips. Inhale to come up. As you exhale, drop the shoulders, drop the tailbone, realign the spine, and inhale to bring the left hand up and over to the right. Encircling the left wrist with the right hand, breathing into the left rib cage. So just letting your breath flow in these poses. Inhale to come up. As you exhale, Right hand forward, left hand back. Easy twist here. Reaching out through both the hands. Pressing the left hip forward. So getting a nice twist in the spine. Inhale to bring your fingertips up. As you exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your feet wide, toes off the mat, heels on the mat, and lower down to a deep yogi squat. Elbows inside the knees, hands at heart center. Lengthen up through the spine as you roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Sinking heavily into the hips, feeling the light in the upper body, rising up through the chest, the shoulders, the crown of the head. Big breath in here. As you exhale, fingertips to the mat. Lift the hips now and let the head be heavy. And pivot on your heels so all 10 toes are facing the front of the mat. Soften the knees. Rise all the way up to stand. Hands up, look up. And then as you exhale, turn the palms out to the right and the left and forward fold. Inhale, finding that halfway lift. Really lengthening through the spine here. As you exhale, soften the knees. Bring your fingertips to the mat and step the right foot back to the back of the mat. Settle your hips here and settle your right knee down onto the mat. Inhale the fingertips up. As you exhale, sink into the hips and bring the elbows to goddess arms. So the elbows are pointing straight out from the shoulders. Upper arms are parallel to the floor. Palms facing forward and your thumbs are pointing right at your ears. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and inhale to lift the heart. Big breath in. As you exhale, wrap your right elbow over the left. And give yourself a hug, opposite hand, opposite shoulder blade. Notice the elbows stay at shoulder height. We're not letting them drop down towards the chest or rise up over the face. Inhale, fingertips up. As you exhale, bring your fingertips down to frame the front foot. Curl into your back toes and lift the left knee. Slip your hips back, straightening into the left, or you lifted your right knee. Straightening into the left knee, coming into a hamstring stretch. You can fold down over the left leg, belly to thigh, chest to knee, nose to shin. If you like, you can lift the left toes. Again, letting the breath move, flow evenly and fluidly. Coming back to your runner's lunge. Inhale to sweep the fingertips forward and up. Shoulders over the hips, wrists over the shoulders. Exhale to sink down into your hips. And bring the hands once again to goddess arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Big breath in here, opening the heart. As you exhale, draw your forearms together. So a little rounding in the upper back. Forearms are going to touch fingertips to the elbows. Inhale to open. Squeezing the shoulder blades, taking your hands out of your peripheral vision. Exhale, open the shoulder blades and bring the forearms together. One more time each way. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to sweep the hands down, around, and up. And exhale, let's twist to the left. Right hand forward, left hand back. Nice big breath in here. And then exhale, cartwheel the arms around, come to warrior two. Rounding into both feet evenly. Settling the hips. Settling the left knee over the left ankle. Let's take a reverse triangle, reverse warrior Right hand to the right thigh, left hand comes up and back. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale to straighten through that left knee. Stay straight but not locked. Slip your hips back and we're going to take triangle pose, reaching forward with the left hand. Right hand can come to the right hip for the moment. And I want you to think about space from the left hip to the left fingertips. So we're finding space along the left side of the body, not just collapsing or arcing down into it. Then the left hand can drop somewhere along the inside of the left leg. Right hand reaches up to the sky. Roll the left rib cage underneath you. Soften into the forward knee, coming back to your warrior two. And bring your hands to your hips. Come up on the toes of your right foot as you face the front of your mat. Launching your weight into your left foot, finding somewhere to gaze. Let's come to stand on the left foot with the right knee high. Fingertips can come up to the sky and then drop down to goddess arms. Soften into the standing leg and we're coming to eagle pose. Crossing the right thigh over the left. Maybe curling your right toes behind your left calf or bringing your right toes to the floor. Up to you here, or maybe they're just hanging off into space. Now left right leg over, right arm under. So bring those forearms towards one another, this time stacking the left elbow over the right. You can hold opposite shoulders, or you can bring your right fingertips to your left palm. Point the fingertips up at the sky. Sink down into the hips. Roll the shoulders back so you have a nice long spine. If you were to unwind from this, you'd be standing straight. And let's try that now. Unwind the pose, fingertips up. Right foot can step down next to the left. You look like in a little X here. As you exhale, hands to heart center, forward fold. Inhale to find a halfway lift. As you exhale, soften the knees, bring your fingertips to the mat and step the left foot back to the back of the mat, dropping into the left knee. Inhale, the fingertips up. Exhale, sink the hips. Goddess the arms. Inhale to lift up with the chest, sinking through the hips. Let's try this entry to eagle arms again. So reaching the forearms together, stacking the left elbow over the right, just hold opposite shoulders. Inhale to sweep the hands down, around, and up. As you exhale, fingertips come to frame the front foot. Curl into the left toes, lift the left knee, and begin to straighten through that right knee. Now this leg should come as straight as you feel like having it. It does not need to be locked straight. You don't want to do any harm to like the insertion points of your hamstrings. You can begin to roll down over that right leg. And I like to think about the rolling down coming from the base of the spine. So first the belly to thigh, chest to knee, and then finally letting your head drop. If you want, you can lift up the right toes. Adds a little bit more sensation to the stretch. Bringing the right foot back down onto the mat if you've lifted it. Right knee over the right ankle, coming back to the runner's lunge. Sweep your fingertips forward and up, and then exhale to goddess the arms. Sink the hips. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, forearms join in front of your face. Inhale to open. It's like you're opening and closing cupboard doors. Exhale to close. Have this motion originate, inhale to open, from your shoulder blades. Exhale to close. Inhale to open and reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand forward, right hand back, sinking into the hips and sparkling out through the fingertips. As we exhale, let's find our way to warrior two, sweeping the right hand forward and down, the left hand up and back, grounding into the left heel and settling the right knee over the right ankle. Inhale to reverse your warrior, left hand to the thigh, right hand reaches up and back. Exhale, warrior two, and inhale to find your triangle pose, straightening into the right thigh, right knee, left hand to the left hip, and reaching forward with that right hand. So you're really reaching out over that right leg and lengthening through the right side body. Right hand can drop inside the right leg, the left hand can reach up. So one of the things I see when I'm in class is people want to touch the floor with their right hand. If you need a little support, you can put a block there. You can always put your hand on your leg, but I find that people put too much pressure and it can be damaging to the knee. So we're staying like this, rolling the left shoulder back, the right shoulder underneath you, so that the chest is pointing straight off to the side. What I find is people want to touch the floor with the right hand, so they turn the chest down towards the floor. We really want to keep the left side body stacked over the right here. Soften into the forward leg. And let's make our way back, warrior two. Hands to the hips, come up on the toes of the left foot as you turn your torso to face. Hips and shoulders face the front of the mat. Launching our weight into the right foot to bring the left knee high. Eagle the legs on this side, soften into the standing leg. Cross your left thigh over the right. Curl the toes around if you like. Hands come out to the sides, crossing the right arm over the left. Taking opposite shoulders, fingertips to the ceiling, or left fingertips to the right palm. Sinking down through the hips here is a way to give you a little bit more stability in this pose. Look for length in the spine. Find somewhere to gaze and breathe. One more full cycle of breath. And then let's unwind from this pose. Feet down, hands to heart center. You can shut your eyes. See how you feel here. Let's sweep the fingertips down, around, and up. Exhale to a forward fold. Exhale, actually bring your hands to your hips and let's step the right foot in front of the left. And now come to a forward fold. Press the left shin into the right calf back into the left shin. So we're getting a really deep opening across the back of the left hamstring. But while we're pressing that shin forward, we'll take a little micro bend in the knee so that we're not hyperextending it by accident. Lengthen the spine, fingertips on the mat. Step your left foot back to the back of the mat. We're going to come to pigeon pose now. So roll onto the pinky toe side of your right foot. Let the right knee drop down behind the right wrist. Settle your hips. Left knee is straight and strong. I like to untuck the toes and make sure you're straight all the way through your ankle. Feeling any discomfort in the right knee, in the forward knee, please try patting your right hip Or you can come out of it and lie on your back and take a figure 4 pose. I like to stay up in this pose for the first couple of breaths, settling the left hip forward and down. And then you can take your hands to the mat. You can stay on fingertips, palms, forearms, whatever feels good for you as you settle your way down into this pose. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. And bring your palms to the mat. Lift your heart. Curl into the left toes. You can bring the left knee forward. Unwind from that twist, from that stretch. Let your right leg come back behind you. Maybe you want to make some circles with the knees. And then bring both feet to the mat. You can lift up to downward facing dog, and we're just going to come back to the front of the mat so you can get there any way you want. You can walk forward, step forward, or maybe you're ready for a jump. Halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale to soften the knees, rise to stand, hands up, look up. Draw your hands down to heart center as this time you bring your right foot in front of as this time you bring your left foot in front of the right, crossing at the shins. Let's forward fold now, remembering to press that right shin into the left calf. Let the head be heavy, lift up through the sits bones. Getting a nice stretch through the back of the left leg. And then when you're ready, fingertips to the mat, step the right foot back to the back of the mat. Curl onto the pinky toe side of the left foot. You can lay that shin down. Again, being really aware of any pain or discomfort in the outside of the left hip or knee. You can pad that hip for a little more comfort, or you can flip over, take figure 4. Look back at the right leg, make sure it's straight and strong. Roll your shoulders back, lift the chest. Draw that right hip forward and down so that the hips are level. Very easy to roll onto the left hip in this pose. But we're taking some of the sensation away when we do that. Stay here just like this, or if you want, you can bring your hands forward, stay on fingertips, palms, whatever feels good for you. Even bringing your forehead down to the mat. One more cycle of breath here. And you can bring your hands onto the mat, lift the chest, curl into the right toes, draw that right knee forward, just giving you enough space to bring the left leg out behind you. Again, you can make some circles with the knees, whatever feels good for you. And then let's cross over the ankles and find our way onto our backs. So bring your hips to the center of the mat. Use your hands to support yourself or reach them forward. Tuck your chin and slowly lower the spine all the way down onto the mat. And bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Maybe you want to stay here like this, or maybe you're going to choose to make your way into happy baby, drawing your knees out to the sides. You can hold on to the backs of the thighs, bring the soles of the feet up. Hold on to the calves, the ankles, or the toes. It's keeping your ankles over your knees so you're pulling straight down on that knee joint. And then pressing the low back into the mat. And making sure that you're reaching up with your arms, but you're not reaching so high that your shoulders are lifting or your neck is starting to compress. You can sway from side to side here. And from here, let's bring the soles of our feet together, holding on to the outer ankle or outer pinky toe side of the foot. The knees are going to fall open. So we're like in a butterfly pose. And tuck your chin into your throat. Just lift your shoulders, your chest. Try and bring your nose up towards your feet. Using the strength of your core here, less than the strength of your arms. So don't fall on your feet. Pull yourself up. Use the strength of your core. And then let's lower down from this pose and make our way all the way out to Savasana. Heels at the far corners of the mat. Hands rest, palm facing up. Tuck the chin, pull your shoulder blades in underneath you. Breathe deep and easy. The breath move easily, flow gently through your body, delivering energy to your extremities all throughout your body. The breath energizes at the same time as it soothes the body. Slow, steady breath is reassuring and nurturing. When you're ready to begin moving again, begin with your fingers and toes. Turn your wrists and your ankles, your head from side to side. And draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Sway from side to side. And then roll to one side or the other. Take a couple of breaths here in the fetal position. And when you're ready, make your way up to sit. Take your time. Come to a seat that is comfortable for you. Keep your eyes shut. As you lift your crown of your head, bring your hands to heart center. Your thumbs against your chest, your sternum. Feeling the heart beating, your breath moving throughout your body. Reminders that you are alive. We are here. We are truly blessed on this beautiful morning. Every fiber of our being charged with energy in this moment. Let's open our eyes and lift the fingertips to the ceiling. As you exhale, draw the thumbs together and hinge forward. Our final pose for this day. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. Look at the sun shining and it's so bright with the snow. Thanks for joining me. I really love making these practices for you and I hope you like them. If you do, please hit the like button and leave me a note in the comments. Let me know what you like about these practices so I can include more of that for you. Have a great day. Namaste.